Hi, Megan. That was really, really annoying. I was using this streaming service and I had it all set up and I tested everything yesterday and everything was fine. And then it had to perform for an audience and it choked. You haven't even started the chicken yet. Oh, okay. Well, I guess that it felt like when I'm trying to solve a problem on the fly, it feels like it's taking me like 20 minutes or so. And as it is, apparently I didn't take that long. Anyway, that was really, really, really frustrating and annoying. And that was some serious BS. The streaming service got stage fright. It's its job. It's what it's supposed to do best. I hate to see what it does worst. Ugh. Oh man. We're rocking and rolling now. Although it shows only one person here, but I can see two of you talking. So I don't know what the heck. Oh, three now. Uh, thank you for bearing with me. Ah, Paige. Yes, Sock is back in action. Sock is going to have some, yay, Nicole. Sock is going to have some strong words with the streaming app. Nicole says, thank you for doing this. Such a blessing to me today. I'm happy to, do the thing with the deal. And I don't know if Abby Jean is now off messing with her chicken. That sounds really bad. She's going to go set her chicken to marinate for dinner, I guess. That's the message. Ha ha! It's Bee's in the house. Anyway, but until Abby Jean acknowledges that she is present, I will hold off on the great beverage reveal. Okay. Whoop whoop. There it is. Here it is. Okay. Once more, we have delightful, awesome, the Busy Bee circle of friends. Well, that's what we're hoping to be. The awesome, the delightful Summit Diet Cola. This is the store brand from Aldi, and the which I'm fancying up with a lemon wedge because I'm extra like that. I mean, I will wear a tiara. This is the same one I think I wore not last Wednesday, but the Wednesday before. I call it short black because I have a much taller black tiara. So, loving today's tiara, says B. Mama. Yeah, thank you. It makes me feel like I am a princess in a dark fae court. You know? Like I'm what? What was her name? Princess Queen Malva from Raven Kennedy's Goldfinch series. Was it Goldfinch series? Plated Prisoner series. Goldfinch was one of the titles. I think the last one. Nicole says, oh, that one reminds me of the Night Court, Akatar. I saw Night Court, and being the age I am, I was thinking, da 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 da. Wacky Night Court shenanigans. Must see TV in the 80s, NBC. Anyone? No, it was in syndication for a long time. Anyway, but yeah, it does make me feel like a fae princess. B says, I remember. Yes. I think they brought it back, didn't they? With somebody playing, she was supposed to be the original judge's daughter, because Harry Anderson, unfortunately, is no longer among us. Paige says, I was going to say that tiara is giving dark fantasy vibes. Yes, I love it. I do actually, this is what I call short black tiara. It needs a name, I think. They all need names. But this is short, for now, this is short black tiara. I actually have a taller black tiara. And if this makes me feel like a fae princess, that one makes me feel like a fae queen. Ooh, but this is a working tiara. So how's everybody doing this afternoon? My off-brand Diet Cola. I actually, despite that hiccup, I have a cunning plan. It's just going to start a little later because I'd like to socialize and catch my breath after all of the last-minute panic there. So Well, I'll start to outlay what I was gonna do for productivity sprints today. Megan says doing good, just working away online. Okay. Well, what I was thinking is I don't have a set time where this needs to end. So I'll just keep going until people are like, yeah, we got other stuff to do. Uh, I have kind of an unpleasant task to do today. The upstairs bathroom, just down the hall from here. I am upstairs. Yeah, I got 2 floors. Again, fancy. Off brand Diet Cola, Tiara, 2-story house. Anyway, the upstairs bathroom is an absolute shambles. I mean, it is a GD disgrace. And so I thought I would have our first sprint be 10 minutes. And then I can go do that for 10 minutes and then come back here. And maybe if other people have something that they really don't want to do or don't want to do for very long, they can also use the 10 minutes for getting out some kind of like just irritating task or something. And then we can check in and then maybe have a longer sprint for, a more involved task or for reading or whatever. And Paige says, still at work. Thankfully, no meetings. So just happy to be able to hop on while I get things done. Nice. Nicole says, love it. I guess she means the schedule I'm setting out, that the 10 minutes to just do grind away at something really, really burdensome or unpleasant, or even something that's pleasant, just something short term, maybe. B says, yeah, let's do it. Oh, now B's trying to tell me what to do. Oh, I think we're going to have a power struggle now. B's like, I don't have to be here. I don't need this abuse. Okay, so yeah. Um, Unfortunately, oh, good. She thought that was funny. I was worried that I was going to offend her. Anyway, unfortunately, because now I'm just using the webcam, I don't know how to share a timer with that. So you're just going to have to take my word for it or set your own timer. I am going to take my phone off with me to the bathroom, which I normally don't do. That's normally a sacred space, but I'm going to set it for 9 minutes and come back here. Like I said, I'd love to share a timer with you, but yeah. 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 Restream. Yeah. Just restream. That's all I'm going to say. Restream. Okay. So I am going to go ahead and I'm going to set my timer for 9 minutes for a 10-minute sprint because that way I have time to get back here and then we can check in. Does that sound good to everyone? I don't know. There's an emoji from B. I don't know what it says. I don't know what that is. Is that a raspberry? Yes. Okay. So, oopsie. Good night in the morning. Nothing can be done. Okay. So, we're going to go with, I'm going to set it for, oops, no, I don't want, there we go. I'm going to set it for 9 minutes, but that's just to give me time to come back and get settled in again. So I will see you guys back here in 9 to 10 minutes. Oh, okay. It's been about 10 minutes, maybe a little under. That was an adventure. I don't know that this is my day. Mm. Whew. Nicole says she just wrapped up a grammar review. Awesome. You're getting stuff done. Yeah. B says, way to go, Nicole. Yes, cool. Very nice. Ah. Okay. I had an adventure cleaning the bathroom. Yeah, just like 9 minutes, 10 minutes. Already had an adventure aside from the live stream thing. What happened was, okay, just need to breathe for a minute. Let's all just breathe for a minute. This isn't really for because I don't think you guys know how to breathe. This is for me. Okay. I went into the bathroom and I'm cleaning the bathroom. And you know how when that cliche about going on a job interview and the prospective employer says, "What's your biggest fault or your biggest flaw?" And you go, "Oh, I'm such a perfectionist." Or, "Oh, sometimes I work too hard." Or even, "I have no personal life." Well, I had that kind of a deal because I was in there and I wasn't going to mention that I was doing this task because it's kind of not pleasant, but I was scrubbing the bowl so hard, and not because it needed to be scrubbed hard, just because I guess I was still tense. I was scrubbing the bowl so hard that the brush snapped. And it didn't even snap in half. It snapped in a way that rendered it unusable. I mean, there's a backup brush in the downstairs bathroom, but it kind of needs to be there. And anyway, so I quickly switched to doing the floor instead. So B says I'm super strong. Yeah. I'm not only stronger than dirt, I'm stronger than the thing that cleans dirt. Yeah. That's like some sort of transitive property of just strength. And Megan says, "Oh, sock," and she gives me a heart. Is that the Canadian equivalent of like when the British say bless, or when the Southerners say bless your heart, which means you're kind of an idiot, aren't you? Anyway, either way, the dog ate my homework. The down B says LOL. The dog ate my homework, or the dog ate my housework, or anyway, that's a thing that happened. Megan says, take a deep breath and the day will hopefully go better. Well, it was going straight. It was going really well. I was having a really nice day, a really nice morning. I just was, puttering around, doing stuff. Megan says, LOL, I never thought about it that way, but maybe. I'm not sure what that's in reference to, but I don't know. Anyway, yeah, my morning was going fine. Everything was going fine. I was all set up for success and everything, or so I thought. And then suddenly Restream doesn't work. And then I'm like, pivot, 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 pivety, pivety, pivety. Oh, the pivoting, so much pivoting. I got dizzy from all the pivoting. And then I went in and I was like, okay, now I'm just gonna clean the bathroom for 10 minutes, 9 minutes. And then it was like, and I'm also going to break my tools. Just, you know, so Megan says, when you say that the Canadian equivalent of bless your heart, yeah. Bless your heart in the South. I believe the British just say bless, bless, bless. The first time a Southerner used bless your heart on me, I didn't realize that it was like hardcore polite sarcasm. I thought she just meant that. And then later I realized, oh, what she was really saying is, boy, you're just not very bright, are you? What makes it really rough is that she she was my therapist at the time. Oh no. She's like, I'm like, oh, and I'm doing this to improve my life. And she goes, bless your heart. And like I said, I just took it straight. And later I realized that I missed what she was saying entirely. Mhm. So anyway, but I made great inroads on the bathroom. And I have a pretty solid excuse for the thing I didn't finish. And yeah, and Nicole got her grammar thing done, and um, yeah, and oh, so Megan, do you completely have your passport now, or it was just like submitting paperwork and pictures? Megan says, but seriously, love you and you're doing great with heart. Thank you. I sometimes sarcastically say of myself, oh, you're doing great. But I think I'm doing okay considering there were some unexpected hiccups. And usually I don't deal well with unexpected hiccups. I submitted the paperwork, says Megan, and it should be here by the end of the month. She's talking about her passport. So is this for international travel shortly after a certain ceremony in July, or is this just it was time to renew it? Anyway, so does anybody else want to brag about stuff they got done during that 10-minute uh, bit of time? I want to say something about that is that a lot of times, oh, Megan says, LOL, yes, it's for my honeymoon. It's my first passport. I've never been outside of Canada. Wow. Well, I mean, there's so much to do and see in Canada that, you can spend a lifetime exploring just Canada and or just Ontario for that matter and never get run out of things to do and see. Oh, I was just about to ask. Megan says I can't wait to tell you all where I'm going once it's final. I was just about to ask if you could tell us where you were going, but you haven't finalized it yet. But you're ready for all comers. So nice for all destinations, most destinations. Anyway, I just wanted to say something about doing the bathroom this way, just like 10 minutes. Usually when I do the bathroom, I get like wrapped up in it or any other household chore. I just get wrapped in it and I push myself past reason to get it done. And I was interested to see because I tell myself I'm only going to do this thing for 10 minutes. And then, of course, I end up doing it for like a half an hour or however long it takes. And this time I was like, I can only do this for 10 minutes because I have like, I need to be somewhere else in 10 minutes. There's no temptation to extend that and just, oh, I'm just going to do one more chore in here, just one more thing. I'm just going to clean the sink or whatever. And so, that was kind of nice to have that, like literally forcing myself to take a break and only being able to do that because I had a different kind of, uh, I don't want to say chore because this isn't a chore, this is fun, but a different task. Again, task makes it sound hard. It's not, it's fun. I had a very hard and fast reason for taking a break in 10 minutes. So I'm great. Sorry, I just saw the school bus. Again, I'm doing this with my curtains open. That's probably a mistake, but I wanted to use natural light because I can. Anyway, I saw a school bus going past, and usually when my mom and I see a school bus going past, we yell, "Suckers!" Yeah. Okay. But enough about me. B says natural light is great. Yes, I like it. It's just that when I'm doing the 7 o'clock live streams on Monday evenings, this time of year it's dark. Like I'll have a couple of months in the summer when at least I'll be starting with natural light. And I think there may even be a couple of weeks when I can go for like an hour and a half or 2 hours and still have natural light when I'm done, but not this time of year. So, yeah. Okay. So, I did my unpleasant chore and Now I'm ready to take 20 minutes or half an hour. I don't know what people would find useful based on their own workflow. I'll probably just wrap up in the bathroom and then come back and sit down and read or plan or something. So, do people want 20 minutes or do you want a full half hour? Or do you just want another 10 minutes? Paige says, I'm stuck in spreadsheet land getting everything prepped close to close 2024 and send the final numbers over to the tax preparers. Well, yeah, because I don't know what stage of that process your particular job is, but you've got to get everything sent off by the end of the month, right? Megan says, wow, Paige, that sounds intense. Tax prep season is intense. Or are you, is this like the big push and then you don't have to worry about it anymore? Or do you still have to like keep going flat out? Nicole says, I'm good with anything. 20 to 30 would be awesome though. Starting to plan a Valentine's Day opinion writing task. Nice. Mama says, yeah, Paige, that sounds tough. Well, why don't we go with 20 minutes? Because Nicole's the person who got in there first with her feelings on the subject. And B says 20 to 30 minutes sounds good to her. Okay, I'm going to go with 20 minutes because yeah, I don't I don't want to push myself too hard on that bathroom thing because if I know myself and I do, I am probably going to end up doing the whole 20 minutes cleaning the bathroom and I don't know that I want to do more than that. Okay, let's see. Clock, timer. Um 18. Okay, I'm setting it for 18 minutes again because I just want to make sure I'm back here in plenty of time. So, especially if I accidentally burn the house down, because that's the way the last hour or so has gone, or half hour. Okay, so I'm starting it now, and I will see you back here in 18 to 20 minutes. The time shows marked improvement. Okay. And we're back. You know, Paige and I was mentioning to Paige when she was telling us about her workflow, I said, just remember the rule of 9 and you'll be fine. And she says, so true. That's the first thing I go to when things are matching up, or I guess aren't matching up or reconciling. I once actually really impressed one of my religious history professors who had to do expense accounts every month because of her specific situation. I told her about the rule of 9. Now, this was a woman who at the time was probably in her 60s. She'd been doing this bookkeeping for many decades, and she'd never learned the rule of 9. For those of you who aren't bookkeepers or accountants or don't know about the rule of 9 is if you're like trying to balance accounts and the difference between what you actually have and what you thought you were going to have, when they don't match up, if those two numbers, if the difference between those two numbers is divisible by 9, that means you probably made a transposition error at some point. So like if you think you're going to have 81 and you only have 18, the difference between those two numbers is a multiple of 9. Oh, you transpose. The 81 should have been an 18, or the 18 should have been an 81. So handy little bookkeeping tip. I first learned that from my mom, and she learned it, I think, in the late 50s, early 60s. I don't know. Anyway, it comes in handy. So how's everybody doing? Dead silence. I got the kitchen, the bathroom sink done, and the tub. I mean, it's not perfect, but there's been a marked improvement. Megan says, well, I'd never heard of that. Nicole says, I finalized our writing prompt. Feeling great. I bet. Yay. Chicken. And Abby Jean says chicken is marinating in gochujang. Is that Chinese, Korean? Ginger honey for salads and honey for salads tonight. Going to sweep and vacuum next. Paige says it was the best tip they gave me in my first accounting class. Megan says I moved on to the easy and fun work stuff with only 45 minutes left on my work timer. Nice. Okay. But like I said, I got the sink done. I got the tub. It's not perfect, but it is a marked improvement. And I read a couple of pages. Yeah. Paige says, great job, Nicole. Yes, it is awesome, because I know you've been talking about how it's been a real struggle. So it's nice to have that grammar thing done and then the writing prompt for Valentine's Day opinion done. Awesome. Nicole says, my fourth graders will read and write to share their opinion on Valentine's Day, scam or a day to make others feel special. And Megan says, great job, Nicole. And then she says, great job, Sock. Yeah, we're getting stuff done. And speaking of great jobs, this is something I was going to do at the start of the live stream, but there were all of that shenanigans. Megan says that's a fun prompt. Yeah, it is. Nicole says, "Woohoo, ladies!" And Abby Jean says, go to gochujang is a chili paste, a Korean staple." Yeah, I thought that sounded like it might be Korean, just based on how it looked and how it sounded. And Megan says, "And great job, Abby, for getting dinner prepped." Yes. I mean, we say it's a great job, but she's not going to be laughing when we all show up at her house with our own bowls and like, yeah, you said you were making a salad with chicken and a chili paste, Korean style, honey? No. And Abby Jean says, "Thank you, Megan." Paige says, "That sounds like it will be delicious, Abby Jean." Yeah, and we are going to converge on your house. And then we're going to treat it like a progressive dinner. We're going to converge on your house for salad, and then we're going to go over to Nicole's for delicious Filipino food. Yeah, we're just going to make our way across the country, and we'll get to Paige's for dessert. Mm-hmm. Anyway, this is what I meant to do at the start of the live stream before everything went haywire. And that was to say that, obviously, I hope everybody's having a great day and everything. And I'm glad you're here and thank you for showing. And yeah, we're talking about productivity or reading or whatever. But hey, if you manage to be here, whether you plan to do anything complicated or this is the only thing you do all day, if you want to comment or don't want to comment, that's great. There have been days when even showing up for somebody else's live stream would have been just simply too much for me. And I don't mean in addition to everything else. I mean, just if that were the only thing I were planning to do, I wouldn't be able to do it. So, which is okay too. But if just by being able to be here, that's great. We've already done a lot. Paige says dessert is perfect since it's only noon here. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, is that it would take us a little while to finish up with Abby Jean and then Nicole and then to get to where you are, Yeah. So anyway, thank you all for showing up and I'm glad you were able to. So yay. And if we get stuff done on top of that, awesome. If not, that's great too. Just happy people are here. So I also got just a little bit of reading done. I am booking my way through The Mistress of Rosecliff, which we discussed on Monday. It's a medieval by Rexanne Becknell. And it's the one where, yeah, he's got very tight pants. Super tight pants. Yeah. I found out actually, I was already like more than halfway through it when I was like, wait a minute. And I happened to glance at the author card. And it turns out this is the third book in a series, and I just didn't even realize it. I was like, oh, that's why I feel like sometimes there's something I should know about these characters that I don't. It's because it's the third book in a series, but it does okay on its own. It's not my favorite medieval ever. It's fine. It's good. I like it. And it's orange. It's got an orange cover. So that's good. We're having one of our variable lighting days in Connecticut. We have absolutely beautiful light in this state. Painters love it. Photographers love it. Cinematographers and videographers, not so much, because it's just on certain days, most days, it can be just so variable. So it makes it hard to work with sometimes. So I think I'm done cleaning things. So I think, do we want to do another 20-minute or half an hour? So people can really get into whatever project it is they're working on or book they're reading or whatever it is they're doing. Anybody have any thoughts about that or anything else? So quiet. Too quiet. Paige wants to do 30 minutes. Sounds good. I think I'm just going to be sitting here reading or doing paper type stuff making notes for future content. So I will set the alarm for the full 30 minutes. And Megan says I'm good with a longer sprint. I need to finish up now. Great. Okay, so I'm going to set it for 30 minutes and we're going. Okay, it's been a half an hour. Abby Jean pointed out that the timer on my phone is very loud. I couldn't figure out how to make it quieter. So I just muted my mic, and now I'm greeting you back with the dulcet tones of my very own voice. I'm going to take a moment to stretch if anybody wants to join me for some stretching. Welcome back, says Abby Jean. Welcome back indeed. I'm going to do a little stretching. Nicole says, switched my prompt. One of our teachers has a family that doesn't celebrate holidays, so we're just going to move in another direction. Yeah, they can be fraught. Oh, just doing a little stretching, a little stretchy stretch. Revised, which is best, 4 or 5 day school weeks? Well, is there a trade-off? Like, is if you had are you giving them, like, if it's a 4 day school week, you're going to have either more homework or the days are going to be slightly longer, or yeah. Or are you going to let them figure that out for themselves? They have 3 articles with information from experts. Oh, okay. So, this is about their ability. Oh, okay, I get it. They're going to be reading these articles with the information from experts and then formulating their own opinion based on that. So, whatever the proposal is, it's already laid out for them. They don't have to figure it out. Oh, okay. Bump the table with my knee. Use the sources to prove their thinking. You got it. Yep. Yep. I think when I was in 4th grade, it felt like we were more about, like, we were supposed to just kind of regurgitate everything because they were teaching us some total absolute nonsense and they knew it. Did not stand up to critical thinking, so they did not want us learning those skills until we got older, if at all. Mm. Mm. Well, I was just kind of trying to plan my YouTube and Instagram content, and also planning my reading for the next few days. Oh, has everybody seen that Twisted Love is going to be a Netflix, I guess, series or movie? I mean, this was announced like about a week or so ago. So, ooh, says Nicole. I haven't even read it yet. I have it. It's in the Heartfelt Hallway, which is where I keep my romance collection. But is that the Anna Wong books? Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, I should read those at some point because I do. Like I said, I own them, but I haven't read them yet. That made my day, Sock, says Nicole. I think they just announced that they were. Oh, that's too dark. Meh. Well, at least I'm evenly lit now. Really, I have to check. I'll have to check them since I read them last year. Yeah, I think they just announced like last week that they're going to be doing this, and I don't know that there's any casting or pre-production information available, or even when it's going to be on Netflix. But apparently, that was announced on the 9th, so about a week or so ago. I saw a reminder. I mean, I saw an article about it when I was messing around on my phone, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I remember reading something about that." Or maybe I saw it on IG or something. I don't know. But anyway, it's going to happen. I should read them. Nicole says, I was going to start King of Sins, now switching to Twisted. Well, the thing about Twisted is that it's completed. With the Kings of Sin or the King of Sins, I think she's at 5 sins now, which I've been reading those as they've been released. And so far, the only one I really didn't like was King of Greed. That was a DNF, just for personal reasons. But the others I've really enjoyed. I think that's, yeah. Mm-hmm. So anyway, that's the thing that's happening. Nicole says, I love it. Very excited for this. Yeah, like I said, I don't think there is any casting news yet. I don't know. There might be some news about directors or writers, but Nicole Nicole says, best break ever. Yeah, there was stretching, and there's going to be a Netflix version of Twisted Love. Awesome. Well, anyway, I did some content planning for Instagram and YouTube. I was thinking I should do a reading vlog for the Twisted series since I haven't read it yet and I own it. But then I realized I have a bunch of stuff that I want to get read this weekend, including, where are they? Widow of Rose House. I haven't even started that yet. And I was also hoping to get to Hotel of Secrets before the live stream where Diana Biller is going to be there on Sunday. So that's kind of a priority. Does anybody want to have any guess whatsoever about what's going on with the Manchurian Candidate? Anybody? Thoughts? Guesses? Bets? Place them now. Paige says the first King of Sins book is the story of a character who showed up for a bit in the Twisted series. Oh, I think I knew that maybe. Don't have to read Twisted to read King of Sins, just in case you want to know. Yeah, I've been reading King of Sins and I haven't read Twisted yet. I think I did know that about the transition from Twisted to King of Sins or Kings of Sin or whatever it is. So yeah, but thanks for the reminder. So yeah, Manchurian Candidate. Still haven't watched it. I think I told everybody that I finally sat down to watch the DVD I had out from the library and it wouldn't play. Nicole says, let me guess, the movie was damaged and didn't work. Well, this is a different copy from a different library. And I have checked this one out before and watched it successfully. I mean, granted, that was like 17 or 18 years ago. Sure, it's still fine. I know it worked then. Why wouldn't it work now? Anyway, I haven't had a chance. I've been running off all over the place. Nicole says, I thought it might have happened twice. Happens to me all the time. It could well happen. It could well. You just never know. However, I don't even remember. Just I got caught up in all kinds of nonsense and just didn't have a chance to watch it last night. And now I got a notice yesterday morning that this DVD, Tomorrow is Forever, with Claudette Colbert, Orson Welles, and George Brent, is due back at the library tomorrow. So I will have a chance to watch a DVD tonight, but it's going to be this one, and I'm not sure that I'll be able to do a double feature or just defer Manchurian Candidate yet again, unless this one doesn't play, in which case, watch Manchurian Candidate. One day I will rewatch that movie. It will happen. Just I'll be in the retirement home by the time it does. And the workers there will stream a copy of it for me, because they'll be so tired of hearing about Manchurian Candidate. So yeah, that's what that is going to be like. Okay. So do we all have an appetite for more sprints? I'm ready to settle in. Oh, Abby Jean says, I have been watching. Oh, Stargate SG-1. We're on season 5 now. It's not perfect, but it doesn't matter. I'm obsessed. Stargate SG-1 that is a fun show. That is a really, really fun show. Yeah. And are you going to try to get into Stargate Atlantis as well? Or just stick with SG-1? I mean, you've still got, what, 5 or 6 seasons to go? Anyway, so I was messing around with content planning and whatnot, but I did actually read some of The Mistress of Rosecliff. Or did I mention that I was doing that? Mr. Tight Pants himself? Yeah. Anyway, I'm up for more sprints. I still have plenty of work to do, says Paige. Okay, do you want another half hour? Or was that too much? I could use a fun sprint, a book and a snack. Okay. Do you have a time that works better for you than a work sprint? Abby Jean says, "Oh yeah, we love Atlantis. Watched it like 3 times already. LOL." Yeah, but yes, when we start season 8 of on SG1, we'll be alternating it with episodes of Atlantis because that's how they aired. Yeah, I didn't even remember where they were when they first aired. I was like, I know it was several years into Stargate SG1 before Atlantis, and I think yeah, Atlantis is fun. Really liked Atlantis. I think for a while there, I did like it better than SG1 actually. Paige says half hour works. Nicole says half an hour. Okay. Well, and fortunately, my timer's already set up for it, so I like that. Okay, so yeah, half an hour, and see you guys in the amount of time it takes to watch an episode of Night Court with commercial breaks. Nicole says, "Help me, historical romance or romantasy?" Oh, romantasy in honor of the romantasy tiara. That work for you? Of course, last time I picked for you, last time I picked for you, it did go well. But you know, romantasy. Oh, Paige is weighing in on romantasy, and Nicole says, perfect. Oh, I keep forgetting to ask my mom if she read that Lady Macbeth. I'll go do that now as soon as I start the timer. Okay, so I'm going to start the timer and mute the mic, or mute the mic and start the timer, whatever. And then once again, instead of having that harsh alarm sound, dragging everybody back to reality, I will just simply start singing Eye of the Tiger. No, I'm not going to do that to you. I'll just gently remind you that it's time to take a break. Oops, press the wrong button. Okay. Okay, it's been 30 minutes. Time to take a break. Time to take a break. It's the eye of the tiger. It's the thrill of the fight. Rising up to the challenge of our rivals. Okay, I said I wasn't gonna do that, and yet I did. I am impish. Okay, so B has gone off to deal with muddy dogs and who knows what all else. And Abby Jean's husband Kevin was about to get off work, so she has stepped out. So still got a couple of people here. Nicole is here, yeah. Got into Iron Flame finally, and it feels like home. Pre-ordering Onyx Storm now. That was fast. Megan says hello. Oh, because Megan came in like 5 minutes into the sprint and she was like, I did my work. Now what? And I was like, well, she didn't say now what. She knew what she wanted to do. She wanted to read. And I was like, 25 minutes in the sprint left. Glad you stuck around. I mostly read and I was just fooling around with some scheduling and stuff, generating my to-do list for tomorrow. Because, Megan says, didn't get much reading done, but got wonderful news from my fiance about his job situation. Are you comfortable sharing, or should we just say hooray and leave it at that? Because hooray. Paige says, I keep putting off reading Fourth Wing. Not sure why, but I should definitely give it a go this year. Megan says, not yet. I don't want to jinx anything. Okay, well then, hooray for the news, whatever, and, when you're ready to share, you're ready to share or not. Maybe your fiance doesn't want his business spread all over, all over YouTube. Paige says, no worries, Megan, but happy the wonderful news. I'm assuming for or about the wonderful news. Yeah. Glad it's good. Megan says, Paige, same, I want to try it out. I assume you're talking about, what is it, Fourth Wing. Why do I think Iron Flame? Fourth Wing, Iron Flame? What am I missing here? And she says, thank you. She gives it a little smiley face. Yeah. It's good when there's good news. It's nice to know that there is good news, even if we don't know what it is specifically. Cool beans. Let's see. I am a little leery of Fourth Wing because I've heard some things about it that sound like they're just fine for most folks or for many folks, but probably wouldn't be as interesting to me. So I am probably going to skip that. At least that's the plan for now. I haven't read a whole lot of romantasy. I really, really liked the Plated Prisoner series. Really, really liked that. Beyond that, I around the time I read Plated Prisoner, I also read what was the Julie Soto book, Forget Me Not. There was something about the cover that made me think it was like a contemporary fae romance. I was like, no, they just are hanging out with some flowers. I could have sworn the guy had pointed ears or something, but no. Would I name the series again, Sock? Which series? Oh, sorry, Plated Prisoner by Raven Kennedy. Plated Prisoner, is that the one you meant? Yeah. My diction's not great. I think since I moved to Connecticut, my jaw has gotten increasingly locked and hard to understand what I'm saying. Megan says, I haven't read any romantasy, but I really want to. Not sure what's the best to start with. I miss reading fantasy. Nicole says, thank you. Yeah. Plated Prisoner. Plated Prisoner. Megan says fantasy books just always take longer. They do. And they're frequently like, Nicole says, oh, yes, I have that one on my list for next fall. I liked it. It's very long. It's like 6 books. And like, I think the shortest one is probably 550 pages or something. Um, Generally speaking, when it comes to science, speculative fiction, science fiction, and fantasy, I tend to be more of a science fiction kind of person. So I kind of like the romantasy. Like I said, I really liked Plated Prisoner, and I've enjoyed some of the more cozy romantasy, like that time I got drunk and saved a demon. I haven't read the other 2 books. I think it's 2 at this point by Kimberly Lemming, but I want to. I just haven't gotten my hands on them yet. Paige says, I'm with you on that one, Megan. I have a bunch of romantasy on my shelves, but haven't picked one of them up in a long time. Yeah, because again, because of my reluctance around fantasy, I'm kind of hesitant, but so far, I mean, yeah, I think I just need to find something that hits the right spot for me. But Christy, if Christy reads a lot, just put out a romantasy video that I'm going to check out. Ooh, yeah, that sounds good. Christy reads a lot video. Yeah. And Megan said, okay, yeah. What was I going to say about that? I do have the romantasy tiara, and I have the other romantasy tiara. Well, I mean, tiaras just in general are probably romantasy, aren't they? Some more than others. There was something. Oh, Nicole and I were talking about Lady Macbeth by Ava Reid, which I've never read. And I said, I thought my mother DNF'd it. I just asked my mom, and it turns out, DNF'd it. She didn't DNF the book. She DNF'd the blurb. She said she read it, and she's like, yeah, she read the blurb, and she's like, yeah, I don't think so. Megan says, I've been slowly reading, catching up on Brandon Sanderson books, which are extra long, and it's burned me out a bit. Yeah, I hear such great things about Robin Hobb, and I also see her books, and they're like super long mass markets with tiny, tiny little fonts. And I'm just like, no, not going to happen. And Megan adds, but also I can only keep up with book clubs lately. Well, you're in quite a few. So yeah, I can see that would get a little, you know. Oh, by the way, I wanted to, if you guys don't mind, talk a little bit about Monday's live stream, the one that's coming up, not the one that just happened. For those of us in the United States, Monday is Martin Luther King Jr. Day. And I would love to talk about romance and social justice. However, I feel kind of underqualified for doing that. So I thought about it, and I thought maybe we could talk about just reading as empowerment in general, and specific books we've read that we found empowering, with an emphasis on romance, but not limited to it. So if people are interested in that, that would be great. Just I wanted to throw that out there. So if people want to start thinking about some books that they might want to share, or some thoughts they might have about reading as empowerment, reading romance, or reading anything as empowerment, that would be great. Just thought I'd run that by everybody. Now I'm caught up, need to catch up on some comments here. Paige points out that Robin Hobb and Sanderson are 2 authors that are on my reading list for this year. And let's see. Megan says, LOL, I know I can't stop joining. I'm as bad as B with ARCs. Now you need to get B to start an additional reading club that's for ARCs. And Meg says, at Paige's Book Shack, yes, I want to try Robin Hobb too. I've heard such good things. I've heard really, really good things. Megan says, oh, cool topic, South. Oh, okay. Vote of confidence. Love it. Now that's all I need is one person to say, that sounds like a good idea. And I'm like, I am going to do this thing. I am going to get a PhD in doing this thing. Nicole says, I have plans Monday night, but I will catch the link after. Yeah, recently, the playbacks have had kind of really distorted sound. It's not great, but I think I am just, that's because I've been using software to turn my phone into a webcam, and I just don't think it's worth the hassle. So I'll just go back to using my onboard computer webcam as I'm doing right now, and that should be fine. It's less hassle for me and hopefully better sound quality for the playbacks. Uh, Paige says, that sounds like a good and engaging topic, Sock. Thank you. Thank you. I had a little help with it, but I think it could be fun. I just need to stop and think, what are my thoughts on that? What books do I have to recommend? So yeah. Okay, so that's what we'll do Monday night. Thank you so much for the validation and the cheerleading. Appreciate it. Now, do we want to do another sprint of some description, or are people ready to go on about the rest of their days, having enjoyed about the rest of their day, having enjoyed this space for a couple of hours? I'm good either way. I could keep going or wander off and do something else, like put on the flannel nightie. Oh yeah, the flannel nightie. This is my housework outfit. Underneath the robe, I have a sort of spaghetti strap chemise, like to my knees kind of thing. Very handy for doing housework. Very flexible. Uh, okay, Nicole says, I got loads of work. I can stick around or work alone, lol. Megan says, I think I'm going to hop off, but thank you for a great afternoon. Well, thank you for joining. You always make things, you always bring something in and make things fun. So I think I'm kind of more inclined to just cozy up in my nightie. But Nicole, if you want some cheerleading and stuff, I'm going to be online, so you can DM me on Discord if you want to vent, or if you're struggling and you just want a friendly ear. That's fine. I am eventually going to go watch the Claudette Colbert movie that's due tomorrow, but I'll be around for a little while yet. Nicole says, you're so sweet. Oh, well, I try to be. Uh, Paige says she's going to hop off as well. I've got to start getting things filed. Thank you all for a nice afternoon. Well, thank you for joining, and appreciate it, everyone. And like I said, Nicole, I'll be around with the computer on, so just DM me through Discord if you want some additional work support, or just emotional. I could be your emotional support email buddy or DM buddy. Nicole says, bye, everyone. I'm not shy, LOL. Okay. Bye, ladies. Yes, thank you so much. And next week, I guess, same bat time, same bat channel, and same low tech setup.